Hello everyone and welcome back to Foundation. In this episode we will get started on a couple of extra improvements for the town. One of these improvements will be, well, as you can see, a new farm. But that's not all. The vast majority of this episode will be spent around, well, planning all this. A new little monastery. This will take a bit of planning, but I think the end result will be well worth the effort. At the end of the video, we will also build a new addition to the civilian part of the town, and as you can see, it will be a walled-off community on this little peninsula. So anyways, let's not waste any more time and let's get into it. Alright then, let's get started. Well, I don't really know what I want to do in this episode. I suppose we have a couple of choices. I think the main village is at this point is pretty much, self-sustaining. We don't really need to do anything special with it. Obviously, we can expand it, but maybe we can start building a stronghold or a monastery, or we could maybe build a small fenced-off community on this peninsula, for example. That would also be a goal we could go for. I am very tempted to go towards the monastery, if I'm completely honest. Yeah, we already have the quest for it, so I think that it will make sense. Now, the problem is that to build the monastery, that will require a lot of stone. So tell you what, let's go ahead and expand our storages. Right now all of the slots are completely filled up. I will also have one more transporter. Anyways, to expand on the warehouse we will need to unlock this one, storage improvement. Unfortunately it will require a bit of money, so okay, in that case let's accept this guy. And you know what, while we are making money, we might also want to expand on the farm. Yeah, I think that would make sense. Okay, so while we are making some money, let's go ahead and build one more farm. I think, yeah, let's just fill up this area. I've been meaning to get rid of this straight piece of road anyway, so this is going to be the perfect excuse. So let's go ahead and have a wheat farm, and I suppose we can have it face this way, and we can put it right here. Okay, so the farmers can enter the farm here and enter the fields here. Basically the same thing that we had on this this field, but rotated slightly differently. Okay then, and let's go into speed 3, and I don't really want to get started on fencing things off until we have this built, so let's hold back a little bit. I suppose, oh right, we will need to cut these areas back a little bit, so let's go ahead and do so. Not much, just enough to have enough room for the farm. And there we go. And we will need to also cut back on the reforesting. It's already reforested. We are not cutting these trees down, so it's not going to be an issue. We can cut this back just fine. I believe one of these areas would have interfered with the farm field anyway, so this one had to be done either way. Okay, I think this will be enough. And the farm is good to go. Okay, now we do need farmers, and ooh, we have a nice little migrant wave coming in. Let's go ahead and accept them. In fact, it is already 3 people and we need 3 for the farm, so it is quite fortunate. So let's accept these guys. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. And let's go ahead and start laying out this crop field. Yeah, at this point we don't need the forbidden area around the windmill. This is fine now. So as I said, let's lay down the field. As usual, we only need to expand until we reach slightly oversized fields. After that, sorry, oh right, the Norbury trade route has been upgraded. We still need to have 50 bread in the storages, so it is not quite finished yet, but it will be finished soon enough. Anyways, oh right, we still need to assign people so we can actually keep track of the field. Also, why can't I... For some reason, it doesn't want to allow me to paint this area. Well, it should work. Anyways, as I said, we just need this one to be slightly too big, and then we can cut back to be basically the exact correct size. Okay, now we are slightly too big. I suppose we can cut back here. There we go. Okay, this field will do. Next, obviously, we don't need these trees around, so let's just get rid of them. There, and now we can start go and place down some fencing for this place. Okay, I am pretty happy with this one. Now, obviously, it will take a bit of time for all these rows to, well, basically feed into non-existence. But after that, all this will be accessible for the farmers, and then it will be great. Okay, then. So, yeah, now we just need to give this one some time, and we will be alright. Okay, then. So, let's take a look. Now we have enough money, thanks to the tavern. So let's go ahead and unlock the storage improvements, and let's build a extra set of, well, a new depot basically. I suppose we can have it right next to the old one. Apply changes, and we will use this place to store stone. Because, well, as I've said, we will need a lot of stone to build the monastery, and right now we only have this 50 at our disposal, and that's not going to be enough. I would like to have some stored up before we get started. Also, if we are building a monastery, we definitely want to start accepting more people, because sooner or later we will need to fill up the monastery, and well, for that one, we will need more people. Anyways, let's go ahead and wait for this one to finish. And then we can start assigning what we need to assign. Can I please have this one prioritized? Okay, then. Right, they are building the fences. It shouldn't take too long. Let's see, villager path blocked. What is your problem? Oh, right. They are trying to access those berries. Don't worry about the berries. Just get rid of them. And, no, great. The storage has been expanded. So, as I said, we will need to store some stone. In fact, I will assign 2 storage spaces for it, because I think it will be quite good for us in the long run. And you know what, might as well have polished stone and what else? Maybe one more set of wood. Yeah, this will do. Okay then. So, what do we want to go for? Basically, yeah, we can choose between the 3 factions. More labor, the crown, or the clergy. I think I will actually go for the monastery. Yeah, let's see. For that one we'll need to buy one more piece of land, and... ooh. Okay. through here we can actually buy this land, so let's go for it. There we go. Now we can build our monastery. Now before we actually get started, I do want to have a nice clean area to work with, so I will get rid of these trees, and yes, this stone as well. I don't really want it around. And then I suppose we just need to wait for this one to be cleared out. Okay then. Yes please, we need a lot of people. You know what? I see no reason not to also buy this land and also work here at least a little bit. Also housing insufficient. Can I? Yeah, I can build this one up so it becomes high density. Let's go for that. Okay, now we are actually swimming in money, which is a very good problem to have. Unfortunately, we don't really have a treasury yet. Now, we could build one in the manor house. That would solve our problem, because right now we only can only store 500 coins. But if I'm completely honest, I would like to have the treasury in the stronghold. So basically, we can have a treasury in the monastery, in the stronghold, yeah, right here, treasury, or we can have it in the manor house. But, you know, it's our money. I would like it to be inside the stronghold, obviously. It doesn't make any, you know, gameplay difference, it's just roleplay. Anyways, now that we have the money, yeah, I think I will actually buy this land. Let's go for it. And I really want to make sure that we don't run out of resources. Basically, I am fearful that at this point we might be reaching the point where we might need to have extra sources of food. So tell you what, let's go ahead and have another fishery. Oh, okay. We have a school of fish right here. Let's go ahead and go for it. Thank you. And yeah, let's just go ahead and have another forager's hut. Yeah, next to the other one should be fine. Let's have it right here. Okay then, so this should take care of the basic food items for the foreseeable future. Also, we have one more person coming in. Don't mind if I do, thank you. Can we assign them to anything? Not really. We do have a couple of commoner jobs, but it's fine. Yeah, they can go into the foragers and the fisheries. That's going to be a-okay. Anyways, yeah, these roads should start fading away at this point. Also, we do have a couple of berry bushes inside. We don't need those. And maybe we can... Oh, that's outside the territory. Fine. Okay then. So, what I was thinking that maybe we can build a new bridge here. I think that would actually make sense. I mean, I see no reason not to, but maybe we can have... Yeah, we can have a village stone bridge. We already have a wooden one, so might as well go for this one. And I suppose we could have city fences too. I think this will come in handy for the monastery. Yeah, definitely. Some extra decorations as well. We have all the money in the world now, so we can afford it. And yeah, let's call it this for now. So now we have access to this new kind of bridge. Let's go ahead and build it. Where is the school of fish again? Right there. Okay. So basically we can build a bridge here or here. I think I will... Well, I will build it here. It's fine. So let's start there and end it there. And maybe have this one It's more like there. What do you think? Yeah, I think this will work. Okay, then let's build it. Okay, so the gatherer's hut is good to go. There's 3 more gatherers, and the fishery should be done any second now. I'm still waiting for a builder. Can somebody please come and do it? High priority, please. Thankfully, we don't need to build any more market stalls. We already have the fish and the berries being distributed, so that is taken care of. Can somebody please come here? Oh, right, they are busy deforesting this area, and it is quite a trek. They will get to it eventually. I will just have this one pinned so I see when we can assign someone. Anyways, I think this area is pretty much good to go for a monastery. Okay then. Let's see what we are dealing with. Can I unlock anything else? No, everything is unlocked for the clergy, until now at least. Okay then. This one is under administration, and as you can see, we have a lot of sub-buildings. Also, assign the fisherman, thank you, that's to take care of it. So, you might be able to tell that the Great Hall for the monastery is grayed out. That means that we already have one, and yeah, we can only have a single Great Hall in the game. That means that while we can build all 3 faction buildings, we can only really focus on one. We can still spam Splendor and unlock everything, but for us, unlocking the labor tree is a little bit easier because we have a labor Great Hall. So, anyways, let's go ahead and take a look. Obviously, we will need some, I don't know, what is the gender neutral noun for a monk or a nun? Oh well, we need monks and nuns. Ooh, and this one is finished. That means that we have 50 bread in the storage. Also, yeah, before I forget, speaking of the upgraded trade route, I would like to make use of our bailiff. Right now, I don't think I want to do any of these, but I do want to get started on prospecting, because eventually we will have to get started on proper mining, so might as well get started. Also, this one will discover, yeah, this deposit. It is relatively close to us, so it will come in handy. Also, obviously, we need more people. Okay then, let's get started on the monastery. So, as I said, we will definitely... Oh, before we get started, one very important thing. I don't know if this will change between the recording and when the episode actually goes live, but when you're building the monastery, or I think the stronghold and the manor house as well, always try to create a big single construction. So, for example, instead of, let's build a monk dormitory. That's fine. And then you finalize, that's it. And then you go into here, build another building. Let's build a non-dormitory. This one once again, finalized, so on and so forth. Now, instead of doing it building by building, let's get rid of these. What we can do actually is select the monastery one time. Let's build a monk dormitory. Let's say, don't really need it to be too big. Let's say, I suppose, no, let's make it this one. So let's have a monk dormitory. Let's have a space for 5 monks. Now, instead of building a completely new construction, press this little plus icon. This will add a second sub-building into this whole construction. This is important, especially for the monastery, because I have seen people struggling with this on Reddit. And basically, if you break the monastery into several separate buildings, the monks and the nuns might have a little bit of a problem navigating it. And if you build a single construction, that should make it a lot easier for them to, find their way around the monastery. Anyways, we have the monk dormitory right here. Let's have the nuns. Let's see. I suppose we can just have a couple of rustic galleries in the back. That would work. Yeah, something like this. 1 and 2. Yeah, I think this will actually work. Except, let's move these guys back a little bit. Let's turn off snapping. Also, this is where the uneven terrain comes and bites us a little bit. Right now, the roofs line up pretty much perfectly, but if you move them here, for example, as you can see, the roofs no longer line up because this one is slightly lower than this one, thanks to the terrain. And unfortunately, changing the height of the buildings only really adjusts it by discrete steps. So if you really want to make them line up perfectly, you might want to move them around the terrain a little bit. I think, yeah, there should be fine. Anyways, what I wanted to do is move this back a little bit, so actually the non-dormitories will be lower. So what about here? No, the roofs don't really line up perfectly. Let's see what we can do about that. Oh, okay, now that looks good. What about here? Yeah, I think this will work perfectly fine. Okay, so we have the monks here and the nuns here. Okay then. Now we just need an entrance and that should do the trick. Thankfully for these guys we only need a room and an entrance. Let's have this one, a minor rustic gate. There. Yeah, that looks good. Next up, we will need a... I will build a chapel last. Next, we will need a monastic scriptorium. Okay then, that means this is where the manuscripts will be made. The manuscripts are basically the upgrade currency for the nuns and the monks. So basically we are promoting villagers with money, but we will need manuscripts to promote the monks. Okay, then let's see. I don't want this to be too big. Maybe 3 or 4 copies should be enough. Let me see, which one should we go for? This one looks like... No, I don't think so. This one would be way too big. What about this one? No, this one is too big as well. I mean, we can put it here, but I don't know, we've been using this specific building block until now, so I will try to change things up at least a little bit. I don't really want to go for a rustic gallery. You know what? I will deal with the scriptorium a bit later. Destroy, please. Thank you. Let's go for... You know what? Let's just build a chapel. That's fine. Now, what I had in mind for the monastery is that maybe we can have a main entrance, for example, here, and we can have one building here, another building here, and we can have a passageway going into the main courtyard. I suppose we can have the chapel right here. Yeah, let's go for it. Well, in that case... Let's have this one, I suppose. Yeah, sure. Now, I just want to make sure that they line up perfectly. So for a second, I will attach it. Now they are completely lined up. Now you can detach and we can put it, for example, right here. Also, let's make sure that this corner lines up with this corner. I think this will do. Basically, I just want to have a small gate here because maybe we can have a small garden right here. I think that would look nice. Anyways, here's the chapel. This one doesn't have to be too big. Something small will do. Also, who are you and what do you want? Wood for the elders. Yeah, we have plenty of wood. I am not going to say no to some money and some influence, so let's go for it. Okay, then let's continue. So, the chapel. I mean, I suppose for the chapel, having one of these nice looking gates would make sense. Absolutely. And now we just need a bell tower, obviously. Let's go ahead and, let me see, rustic facade. A bell to remind villagers of their duty to fate. Is this acting as a bell tower? Yes, it does. Okay. In that case, let's get rid of it. Let's move this one out and let's put the facade right here. And then now attach this one. I think I actually like it. What would it look like with the biggest building? Yeah, I think this is what it was meant to be attached to. Can I raise it up? Yes, I can. I just want the windows to be not blocked. Actually, not too bad. As I've said, the capacity doesn't have to be too big. I think 20 will be enough. Unfortunately, this end will have to be this tall because we cannot go any lower. But you know what? I think I like it. Okay then. It is decided then. This is the chapel. I think finished. Let's just give it a bit of extra decoration. Do we have any of these? This one will give us 2 splendor. Ooh, this one gives us 4. What else? 1, 2. Let's have this one, a modest cross. Obviously, this one will look best and give us the most splendor. Lovely. Okay, then anything else before we finalize it? A modest shrine, maybe. Let me see, what does it look like actually? Okay. So basically just an offering shrine. It doesn't seem to have an attachment point, so I think I will leave it be. Do we want any gargoyles? Maybe here. This one will give us 2 splendor. I think it's fine. Maybe one of these holy water receptacles. Yeah, maybe right in front of the entrance. You see, let's just make sure the footprint lines up. So let's have it right here. Nah, because of the terrain, I don't think it really looks nice. Okay, I don't want to have it. Fine. Okay then, next, let's build out this little garden here. So, I think, you know what? Now that we have the facade, this one doesn't line up quite correctly, so let's move it back a little bit. More light there, and let's leave a little bit more space. Yeah, I think this will work. Okay then. Let's have a... yeah, this one would be a little bit much for a monastery, I think. Ooh, and the bailiff only found stone. Okay. Well, we will need a stone mine at some point anyway, so it's not a problem. Let's go for the next one. I think here we can just have a simple stone fence gate. Because this one, oh, absolutely not. This is way, maybe for the main entrance here. Yeah, definitely, but obviously not for the garden. Yeah, for the garden, this little stone fence will be just fine. In fact, let's have it... Let's select everything, attach it. Wait, why is this not moving? There we go. Okay. That's fine. Okay, now we can get rid of this one and have a proper fence. Blends in perfectly. Lovely. So this is where the entrance to the gardens will be. Now, let me take a look at the other fences. So, stone fence is fine, but what about the city fence? Ooh, absolutely not. This looks like a bit of an overkill, especially with all those torches. Although, no, it's fine. What about this elegant fence? It's a bit subdued, but I am not sure about those ornaments. I mean, it will do. Okay, let's go for it. Let's just go from corner to corner. And yeah, I definitely don't want to have it curved. I want it to be straight. Now we just need to move it. But I think here should be alright. Maybe slightly more back like this. Yeah. Okay, so this will give us a nice little garden in the back. And I think the chapel at this point pretty much is good to go. Yeah. Okay then. Next. You know what? I think we can have the scriptorium here. Yeah. As I said, I don't really want it to be too big. I think 3 copies should be enough. Yeah, let's just have a rustic gallery. First, let's make it line up, and now we can detach it, and yeah, I suppose here should be fine. Just slightly more like that. Okay, which means that, let me see, can I please select... okay, let's move this one here. And there we go. I just want to move this node out. So let's move this once again there. Oh, I didn't pay attention. I didn't actually accept the delivery. I'm sure you guys been screaming at the screen, but my bad. Anyways, we can now put this one back right here. And there we go. Okay then. Yeah, this will make the garden look a little bit more interesting, I think. Anyways, the scriptorium should be good to go. Yeah, it has a room, it has an entrance right here through the chapel. Okay, and now we are going to have 3 copies. Next. We definitely need an herb garden, but I don't want it to be too big. First, we will need production facilities, so basically these herb planters, and we will also need a resource depot, basically this one, a garden hut. I suppose we can have it... let's turn it this way. And I think I will push it right up against... Okay, I will place it here. Let's move the fence out once again. And I would like this one to be, well, as I said, right up against the other building. It's a bit hard to see, but yeah, this will be alright. Okay, We can put this one back. It doesn't really look nice with all those shovels. Let's just do this, it's fine. Yeah. Okay, so this is where the harvest will be stored, except now the window is not being blocked. Well, it's blocked partially, so either don't block it or block it completely. Let's do this instead. Or I suppose we can have it here as well, because this one doesn't have any windows. Yeah, let's go for it. And let's just have it this way. So all the gardening implements are visible. Which means that we will need to move this one back a little bit. And this one will need to be right there, I suppose. As long as one of the entrances is accessible, it's fine. Which means that this one can go back. There we go. Okay, so now we have a resource depot. We still need some actual herb planters. And I think a single one will be enough. Basically, one of these will give us 2 workplaces, and at the start we don't really need all that much. A single planter will be enough. I suppose... yeah, in this corner. Or maybe here. Oh, here. Yeah, that should do it. I kind of wish that we had the entrance point on the inside, but you know what? This will do as well. So, anyways, the herb garden is good to go. Next, berry garden. You know what? I think we have plenty of berries coming in from the main town, so this one is, I don't think it's needed. Veggie garden. Maybe at some point. I want to see how big the main courtyard will be. Yeah, this one can wait. A monastic grange. Basically, this is a storage space for all the monastic resources. For now, I don't think it's needed. Yes, a refectory. This is basically the mess hall for the monastery inhabitants. Basically, yeah, a mess hall. And let me see. Doesn't have to be too big. I think a single refectorian will be enough. Let me see. I would like it to be attached to the dormitories, basically. Can I have this rustic passageway act as the refectory? It's slightly too big for my liking. What do you say? I mean, it does make sense. This is where the monks and nuns will eat, so I suppose we need some seating space. And yeah, we can use this as the start or jumping off point for future expansions. Okay, then I think I will leave it as it is. Obviously, it can be accessed through the dormitories, so we don't really need to change anything. What about here? No. Let's just place it in free form and make it line up with the other walls. Yeah, this will do. Just slightly more this way. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this placement. Okay then. So we have a mess hall. Next up, an apiary. Well, if you know my channel, you know that I am interested in bees, so obviously we will have an apiary. Now this is a standalone building. It doesn't have construction parts. We just need to place it somewhere. I don't think we have enough space in the garden, unfortunately. Okay, we will expand this way later on anyway, so we will build this later. But obviously we will build it. Now the emissary office. The thing is that this is basically the clergy equal of the bailiff. And well, let's see what we can do with them. Okay, so we can request novices, 5 of them per mandate. We can revise an edict, revise a clergy privilege, that's fine. We can get some favor from the clergy, or improve the trade route, or expel unemployed monastics. Oh, there we go, monastics. That's the gender neutral term. Okay, then I don't think I want an emissary office just yet. Maybe later. Next, a hospitum. I believe this is the equal or the equivalent of the tavern from the labor tree, but if I got it correctly, I did do a little bit of testing. It did say that we could get money for pilgrims staying in the monastery, but I've only seen them donating food, specifically bread. So maybe we can only get bread out of this, I'm not 100% sure. And if you take a look at that, we have plenty of bread. So maybe at some point we will build a hospital, but not right now. Ooh, and the bailiff discovered an iron deposit. That's going to be very good for us. But obviously not right now, so let's just keep on prospecting. So we are not going to have an emissary office, or, sorry, a hospitum. Hospitium. As I said, I would like to have a treasury in the stronghold, a monastic kitchen, definitely. This is necessary for promoting these monastics, so I suppose we can have it right here on the other side of the main entrance. In fact, you know what? I think the main entrance would look a little bit better if it was one step higher. Yeah, definitely. Can I change the roofs? No, I cannot. I wish it was blue as well, but it's small. It's not really all that relevant. Anyways, monastic kitchen. Doesn't have to be too big. Let me see. Maybe a simple wooden rustic hut will do. You know what? No. Against a stone gate, maybe let's use this one. Yeah, I think so. Okay, then let's raise it up so it doesn't conflict with the gate. That looks good to me. And obviously, since this is a kitchen, this will require a chimney. Let's have a fireplace in the back, I suppose. Right, let's make it face this way, and obviously this one needs to be above the roof. Just like that. In fact, you know what? Let's move this one down back to normal. That's still an acceptable entrance, I think. And let's just move this one back down. I don't like that it's so tall. Also, let's keep accepting people. Yeah, one step up. That means that this chimney can come back down as well. Yeah, okay, this will work for us. Let's just have an entrance. This one. Yeah, definitely. Okay then, what's next? Kitchen is done. Ah, yes, the cloister. This is a little bit convoluted. Basically, let me just show you. We need to, well, I believe we need to start it against one of the buildings, and then we need to build out a enclosed area, and it is a little bit complicated. I might build it, I don't know, starting here and Or maybe, yeah, we can have a building here and expand it this way. We will need to build it for the higher ranked monastics. You know what? Just for the time being, I will build it out of the... what's it called? The refectory? Yeah, the refectory. So I believe what we need to do is have a couple of walkways going this way. First things first, let's have one lining up. I wanted to face the correct way. Okay, place it there. Now it is parallel, so we can move it back a little bit. Next, we need a couple of corner pieces. This one needs to be... let me just take a look. I believe not this way. This way. But the uneven terrain is really not helping us. Okay then. What if we have the entrance through the mess hall into the dormitories? Because I think the area might be a little bit more even this way, around here. So let's have the entrance on the refectory instead. Yeah, there. Which means that, can we bring this one down? No, we cannot bring up the entrance. What does it look like, by the way? I'm in the window. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. I think I can make peace with it. Okay then. So, the refectory. If I move it here... yeah, this looks a little bit better, but now we don't really have enough room in this small space. Okay, this one will have to wait, unfortunately. Let's just get rid of it. Once it becomes relevant, we will build it, but not right now. Okay then, I suppose we can have a, what's it called, a visitor location. Let's just build it next to the chapel. There. And I think that's going to be pretty much good. Okay then, it's obviously very far from finished, but it will do. So we have monk dormitories, we have enough space for 10. Nuns, the same, enough space for 10. We have a chapel, it is good. A scriptorium, enough room for 3 copyists. An herb garden. If all goes well, we will have 2 workspaces, a refectory with a single refectorian, and the monastic kitchen. It doesn't say how many cooks we will have, but maybe 2 or 3, I'm not sure. Okay then, now let me just take one last look at the, whatchamacallit, the big city walls. I think I will actually use the chapel as the main building for this. So let's take a look. City fence. Sorry, yeah, city fence. Let's start it on this corner. Okay, so we only really have torches on one side. I think I can actually make peace with that. You know what? Let's have a small extra space on this side. So move it like this. There we go. Let's make sure this one is parallel. And obviously I want to have a nice right angle if we can. Okay then, this is obviously the start. This will be changed around a little bit later. You know what? Let's give this one more try. I mean the cloister. So if you want to have a cloister, we could build it into this corner, I suppose. But the uneven terrain is really not helping us. I really wish we had the leveling mode in the game already, but unfortunately it is not finished yet. So I just want to test it out. I will not actually build the cloister. So let's say we have a this rustic gallery as a starting point. Let's have 2 of these. Then let's have a couple of walkways going. This one, and there. Let's move everything up a little bit. And then I think we can have 2 of these corner pieces, but facing the correct way. I believe this one. There, and now we just cap it all off with another walkway in the middle. Right. So this is a enclosed space. Now we just need an entrance to it, so get rid of this one and replace it with this rustic cloister entrance. Okay. We also need an entrance to the main building. There. Now it says requires enclosed area. Well, there is an enclosed area right here. Is it not big enough? Let's take a look. Let's expand these guys a little bit more. Let's move these out here. And let's have a couple of extra walkways there and there. Oh, come on. This has to be big enough. We have an entrance into it. Maybe we need to have an entrance here as well. No, that's not it. Well, I am out of ideas. This is exactly what I have seen in previous versions, and they looked, well, pretty much exactly like this. So I am not sure why this doesn't work. We do have an enclosed area. Oh well, as I've said, I will not build a cloister yet, so it's fine. Okay then. Well, I think this monastery is good to go at this point. You know what? Before we finalize, let's just have an apiary right here. It is big enough. Let's go ahead and have it there. Yeah, it will do. Okay then, yeah. Obviously, later on we will expand into these areas. Hopefully by that time we will have the leveling mode in the game. That will make our lives a lot easier, especially when it comes to the cloister. Okay then, let's build everything. Great. And before we actually say goodbye... Oh, right, we still have 5 minutes, never mind. Before we say goodbye to the monastery, we can have a small well right in the middle, because, well, I think it would make sense. Or maybe right here in the garden, but no, let's just have it in the courtyard, there. And then now, let's take a look how much this will take to build. We have everything selected. This will take, oh geez, 309 stone, 42 tools, 112 planks, 74 polished stone, and 6 logs. That's fine. Oh geez, this will take a very, very long time. Okay then. Also, what did we unlock? More decorations. That's fine. Okay then. All we can do now is wait. Sorry, what is this? Visitors to the hospitium. That's fine. I mean, I suppose at some point we will have to do it. It is not, at least it doesn't appear to be time sensitive, so you know what, for 5 influence, I will put it into our back pocket. It's fine. Also, let's accept these guys. And now, we are very close to the end. Let's see what we are dealing with in terms of housing. We have 4, 8, 9 people unhoused. Most of them will actually go into the monastery at some point, but until then we still might want to give them some housing. Can we upgrade anything? And this one can be made into higher density, but that's it. Well. You know what? We have about 3 minutes left before we reach the 1 hour mark. Let me lay down a small fortified area right here. And I think that is what we will do in the next episode. Basically filling it up. Okay then, so let's go ahead and not a fence, but a proper wall. Obviously, we can only build wooden walls yet, except, let me just take a look. Yeah. The actual city fortifications will come here. Where are the stone walls? Yeah, stone castle walls. It says this will give us, let me see. Yeah, heavy passive fortification. I don't think that is something that it's way too far out of our reach at the moment. Okay, then fine. We will use these at some point, not right now. For now, let's just build simple wooden walls. First things first, we will need a gatehouse, or here's an idea. We could also use a manor house as the gate. And you know what? At this point, this little watch post is not really up to the task, I think. If you want to expand into this big area, this guy will not be able to take care of it. Let's have a watch house right here at the gate. Can I unlock anything else for the manor house? Not really. Okay then, we will build what we have. So let's build a manor house. And let's use it as a watch post. And if I got it correctly, we should have... Let me take a look. Yes, exactly. This manor passageway. If you take a look, this looks exactly like a big city gate. Well, I think this will look pretty much perfect for our purposes. This is going to be the entrance into the fortified areas of the town. Can I raise it up by raising this stone part? Yes. Yeah. I think this will look nice. Can I combine it with the... whatchamacallit? The fence gate... sorry, the village gatehouse. So if I do this... turn off snapping... you know what? I think this actually works. Maybe just move it into the building like this. Not that much. I still want the gate to be swinging open. Yeah, right here. I think I not just like it, I love it. What if we move this one down? Yeah. If we move it back down, it will look better with the gate. We might not have quite enough headroom on this side, but you know what? People can still manage. Okay then. This will be our gatehouse, and next we just need an entrance. But I want this one to be relatively big. What about... This one will be... Yeah, this one will be way too big. Let's take a look. Absolutely too big. Okay then. Get rid of it. What about... I mean, I suppose that a simple boudoir will do it. Yeah, obviously not have windows facing out because this is a defensive structure, so just like this. Do we have windows on this side? Yes, we do. Oh, it's fine, it's elevated. Okay then, and we can have the entrance into the guard house right here. Let's just try to keep it simple and have... No? Yeah, this will do perfectly fine. Just let's take a look. You know what? Let's raise up the roof a little bit. One step should do it. Yeah. Now it's blocking the window. One more step. I mean, it's only really visible if we really zoom in, so I think I'm going to be okay with this. Now, but these windows are not quite right. One more step. Now they look okay. But you know, now they're facing out. What about on this side? Let's turn it around. Snap it, and let's have the entrance once again on the inside. Yeah, we will go with this. So we have an entrance. People can use this as the, I don't know, the staircase leading up to the guard post. And this should give us plenty of guards and patrollers to go around. I think this will do. Okay then. The recording is at around 1 hour and 3 minutes now. I will go ahead and build this manor house. And let's see what we can do in terms of fencing. Or sorry, walling. Obviously we'll start here. And yeah, it is actually facing the wrong way, so let's go ahead and flip it. Thank you. I think we will have yeah, straight walls here. But you know, no, let's just have it curved, it's fine. And we will build these walls all around these shores and then curve back into the peninsula. I suppose we can have another guardhouse here as well. Yeah, okay. I will finish the fence, sorry, the wall here. Or better yet, let's just have 2 nodes here. Let's just continue with the wall. There, and finish it by attaching it there. Good. Yeah, obviously it goes through the house, but it will look okay. Alrighty then. So what we need to do now is get rid of this particular wall segment, and as I've said, we will build another gatehouse right here, but at this point this area should count as fortified. Basically, if you take a look, let me see. Yeah, it is okay. This is too big of a gap, but once we actually close it off, it will be fine. So as you can see, if we actually close it off, we can obviously leave a small gap for the actual guardhouse, but we will have another gatehouse there, so it's fine. This all counts as lightly fortified. Needless to say, this will make our lives a lot easier. We don't need to worry about building towers all over the place. We can upgrade everyone to be a higher density just fine. But that we'll have to wait for the next episode because we are out of time. So we will have another gatehouse here and we will start portioning off living space in here. Anyways, I think all that is left to say is that thank you for watching. If you liked the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment, and maybe subscribe to the channel if you want. If you would like to support me a little bit more, you can do so by clicking the join button and becoming a channel member, which will give you an early and ad-free access to these videos. Once again, thank you for watching and thank you very much for your support. I will see you in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.